Here's something that might surprise you. 78% of men worry about their semen volume, but studies show their partners, they rarely even notice. I'm Dr. Mia Carter, urologist, and today we're tackling one of the most common questions I hear in my clinic, questions most men are too embarrassed to ask their doctor. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what determines your ejaculate volume, what's actually normal, and the one scientifically proven method that actually works. Let's dive into the science. Section 1. The anatomy lesson. First, let's talk about what semen actually is, because there's a lot of confusion here. Your ejaculate is like a precisely engineered cocktail, and here's what most people get wrong. Sperm makes up less than 10% of what you see. That's right, less than 10%. So, if you're comparing volume with someone else and thinking it reflects your fertility, that's not how it works. The real contributors are 3 glands working together. Your prostate contributes about 1/4 of the volume. This fluid is milky white and helps sperm mobility. Then you've got the seminal vesicles behind your prostate. These produce roughly 65 to 70% of your ejaculate, and it's yellowish and rich in fructose, which basically fuels the sperm like gasoline in a car. And right before ejaculation, you get a tiny contribution from the Cowper's glands, those clear pre-ejaculate drops that help lubricate everything. Now, here's what controls the force versus dribble question. You have these pelvic floor muscles, particularly one called the bulbocavernosus, that contract rhythmically during orgasm. Stronger muscles, more forceful ejaculation. Weaker muscles, more of a gentle release. Neither is better. They're just different. Section 2. What your partner actually thinks. Okay, real talk time. A lot of guys stress about this because they think it matters to their partner. So, what does the research actually say? A 2018 study surveyed over 200 women about their partner's ejaculate characteristics. The results? Overwhelmingly, it didn't matter. Only about 15 to 17% reported that a visibly strong ejaculation enhanced their own orgasm. An even smaller group, around 13%, had concerns, but those concerns were more about self-esteem, wondering if they weren't attractive enough. The bottom line from the research: if both partners are satisfied and reaching climax, volume and force are almost never deal breakers. So if you're losing sleep over this, you can probably relax. Focus on connection, communication, and mutual pleasure. That's what actually matters in the bedroom. Section 3. Why volume changes. Now let's talk about why you might notice changes in your semen volume. First, age. Men typically hit peak volume in their late 20s to mid-30s. After that, there's a gradual decline. It's completely normal and happens to everyone. This is due to natural changes in hormone levels, gland function, and muscle tone. But day to day, your volume can fluctuate based on hydration levels. Dehydrated equals less fluid production stress. High cortisol can affect hormone balance medications, particularly certain blood pressure meds and antidepressants. Frequency. This is huge, and we'll come back to this. Now, what about sudden, persistent drops? That's when you should see a urologist. Possible causes include ejaculatory duct obstruction, basically a blockage in the tube's low testosterone. Affects all gland production, retrograde ejaculation, where semen goes backward into the bladder instead of forward. This can happen with certain enlarged prostate medications like Flomax, or conditions like diabetes and neurological disorders. If you notice a sudden change that doesn't resolve, don't ignore it. Get it checked out. Section 4. What actually works. All right, now for what you came here for, what can you actually do about it? Let me be clear up front. There are no FDA-approved supplements for increasing semen volume. None. You'll see products online making wild claims. Ignore them. There's no magic pill here, but here are 4 evidence-based strategies. Strategy number 1, stop smoking. If you smoke, quitting should be priority number 1, not just for semen volume, but for your overall urological and sexual health. Smoking is linked to erectile dysfunction, bladder cancer, and potentially affects the nerve function that controls secretion from these glands. It's one of the worst things you can do for your sexual health. Strategy number 2, optimize hydration. Your body needs adequate fluid to produce secretions. That's just basic physiology. A simple check: look at your urine color. Aim for pale yellow, like lemonade. If it's dark like apple juice, you need more water. Strategy number 3, pelvic floor exercises. These are commonly called Kegels, and they strengthen those muscles we talked about earlier, especially that bulbocavernosus muscle. Now, important caveat, pelvic floor exercises aren't right for everyone. If you have chronic pelvic pain, certain urinary symptoms, or pelvic floor dysfunction, these could make things worse. But if you're healthy and just want stronger ejaculatory force, here's how to do them. Identify the muscles. Next time you urinate, try stopping midstream. Those are your pelvic floor muscles. Then, when you're not urinating, contract those muscles for 3 to 5 seconds, relax for 3 to 5 seconds, and repeat 10 to 15 times. Do this 2 to 3 times daily. This won't increase the actual volume produced, but it will help you expel more completely. Nothing gets left behind. Strategy number 4, the one proven method. Here's the scientifically validated approach. Increase the time between ejaculations. A research study tracked 27 men over 16 months, collecting data on abstinence periods and semen volume. The findings were clear. For every day of abstinence, semen volume increased by approximately 10%. The effect was even stronger in the first 4 days, about 12% per day, then leveled off to around 7 to 8% after that. So, if you typically ejaculate daily and you wait 3 to 4 days, you could see a 35 to 40% increase in volume. It's simple biology. You're giving your body more time to produce and store the secretions. Now, this doesn't mean you should wait weeks. There's a point of diminishing returns, and frankly, regular sexual activity has its own health benefits. So here's the takeaway. Semen volume varies naturally, and in most cases, it matters far less than you think it does. If you want to optimize what you're working with, focus on the basics. Don't smoke, stay hydrated, consider pelvic floor exercises if appropriate, and understand that frequency plays the biggest role. But most importantly, don't let this become a source of anxiety. Sexual health is about so much more than volume metrics. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to True Wellness Network for more evidence-based urology content. Drop your questions in the comments. I read them all. And remember, take care of your health because you're worth it. See you in the next